All right, guys, welcome to the show. Special guest, Gilbert and Mr. Beorano. I don't know where the hell Ashton is. Hey, guys, right before Mother's Day. Oh, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, to everybody.
Wonderful mothers, thank you.
Yep. Topic is going to be this week's Teachers Appreciation at the Park. So I'm going to read this little flyer that was out on social media. And it says, in honor of Teacher Appreciation Day, come party at the park. Be part of the festivities. But saying that, it sounds like it's a party, right?
Yeah.
They're going to have a party at the park. There's going to be food. There's going to be shaved ice. There's going to be a bounce house. And then a couple hours later, it's on the news that it's some kind of protest. Oh, man. Did they deceive everybody? Or it seems like they purposely had this set up. And if you read this flyer and know what happened, it seems like they lied.
Well, you know what else?
They lied to us, man.
Yeah.
Again.
And the shirts they were wearing, or that I saw, they said 140 teachers leaving.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've never heard of a teacher leaving because of pay. Do you ever remember that?
No. So every year, handfuls of people leave.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
They
transfer. Husbands transfer jobs. They
retire. There's something. Yeah, something happens.
Normal stuff.
So they had a sign. Some guy's holding a sign, and it says 140 educators lost and counting, something like that. Totally misleading, because like you said, we've never heard of anybody.
I've never heard.
Why are they leaving?
Yeah, why are they leaving? Well, I think they're trying to say they're leaving. Because they're not getting paid, but that's a lie. No one's ever left. Because when you leave, you do like an exit paper, basically.
Right, and they tell
and
you
no
why
one's
they're leaving.
Yeah, no one. I've never read anything when I was on there that said we're leaving because we didn't get a raise.
And if they are leaving because of that, do they really care about the kids?
No. And if you're leaving because of that, good riddance, man.
Right.
What do you mean you're leaving one of the highest paid districts, and with no
On
accountability?
And no accountability. Yeah, some of the lowest test scores. Oh man, come on, man. So I feel like they were deceiving the people with that sign, and what they were doing that night. It was like they were almost setting it up for people to come. Hey, come and join us for this Appreciation Day, not knowing, doesn't say anything about a protest, and then there they are on the news holding signs, horrific. Hey, but I'll tell you this: people contacted me and wrote to me and sent me messages that they were ticked off that there were kids out there holding signs.
You know, and that brings up another question, Roger, is are they intentionally doing this on purpose to get what they want?
Well, what do they want now? The board is pretty much...
To me, they want more...
Well, I don't mean to cut you off, but the board is silent. Those people that ran on the roofs of the kids, we're here for the kids, you're being silent and not talking for our kids when it counts.
And that's probably why that's happening, right?
Well, you could see it. Man. And that is absolutely disgusting.
Oh, man. Yeah. Have to agree, man.
Yeah, I have to agree, too.
You walk to people's doors and you tell them we're for the kids, and you sit up there with the exception of one person, and that's the president, who continues to defend our kids. Yeah. And every single person around her that is an elected official fails to represent our kids and the parents.
Yeah.
Our kids are priority.
Yeah. It should be
sickening.
And that's where the fight should be happening. You know, if they're going to be at the board meetings, the unions, they need to be told the kids are first. Yeah, and you're talking about Mrs. Aldenise, and that brings up a point. I wanted to read this little piece since we brought that up. That the board president, or not the board president, but the president of the teachers union, Mrs. Case, on social media, I have a snapshot someone sent me, man. And it says, I just heard, I'm going to read what she said. I don't think Gilbert's heard this. I don't know if you've read this. Okay, so here it is, man. The president of the Suta, the teachers union, talking about our school board president. And she says, I just heard we are losing 2 more teachers, directly related to Mrs. Alanise's toxic comments about, if you don't like it, leave. What?
That's not true.
Yeah. That seems like a stupid lie, right? To common sense people, that sounds like a lie.
True,
but if somebody says something you don't like and you leave your job for it, I mean, that says a lot about you, man. That's pretty weak. Well, let's see. So then it says it took about one phone call for them to find jobs with increases in pay. Really? You called somebody and you just got a job? That's not how the system works, man. Thank you, board member Alanis, for costing us yet 2 more employees. I wish she would leave, Mrs. Case. Make it 3, Mrs. Case, leave.
You know what? That brings up another point is she's the leader of this union.
Horrific.
Do all the teachers agree with how she's talking and what she's saying?
Who knows,
or is
man?
she out there on her own with a few others leading the charge and everybody else is being silent? Or do they agree with what she's saying? Because there's a lot of good teachers out there.
No one has ever said anything bad. We're talking about the union representatives. So some of these guys are real, I'll just use the word dense, and they think we're talking about them and attacking them. You haven't seen an attack, because that's totally different.
But do they agree with what she's saying? Do they agree with that leadership?
Those people there did. They're holding signs. Dude, you're going to get a huge salary schedule increase, 8%. They're even throwing a bonus. And what are they crying about still? The foggy day. How many foggy days have they called? 3? And what's a foggy day really about? The district wants these teachers in class teaching at regular time for the parents that have to work and for the kids so they don't stay home and get dropped off. And everybody else is working. They need to be at work too. They're getting paid for it. They're already getting paid for it. So it is very selfish.
And it gives the parent a choice.
It gives the parent a choice.
If it's too dangerous for us to take our kids.
Yeah, you're not going to get marked bad. You're not going to.
It's an excused tardy, right?
Yep, it's going to be excused. So they have all these other little.
Okay, so are they saying that they're going to strike?
They ain't gonna strike.
There was something on that news article in the fall.
Strike,
why would you strike?
Why would you?
You're not going to strike.
You're going to abandon the kids for more money?
Yeah, it shows you that even they're more about themselves just by that wording, dude. Horrific. See,
isn't that how they're saying?
So that is what they're saying. So
we're going to abandon the kids.
When fathers that are paying attention hear stupid things like that, it makes us laugh because we think it's dumb. Well, it's dumb. But most people don't know what's going on. So when these guys bring up Foggy Day, with what they're trying to give this perception, this is my opinion, they're trying to give a perception that the district's trying to cancel it, which is not true.
No.
It's not true at all. It's basically, in a roundabout ways, a parent choice, like Caesar said.
Yeah.
So if Caesar has to go to work,
Gotta go to work.
He drops off his kids. And you're there to teach them. You're getting paid to be there. Just because you've been able to not come in until 9:30, 10? No, man. Or 9:30? It doesn't work like that. So this is a move for the parents and for the kids. They are fighting that move. And people need to know that.
Okay, but you know where the fight's at, Roger? To me?
Yeah.
And I believe to everybody, if they understood, is the board. The board needs
They're silent. They're not
tell
defending
them,
our kids.
we want strike, leave.
Get the hell out. Hey, didn't we do that last year?
We did it, and they were silent.
They didn't even show up for 6 months.
You know why? Because we defended the child.
That's the point. When you sit there and don't say nothing, and look, you're getting beat up, and it's not for the child.
Right.
You're getting beat up.
And you weren't afraid to say it.
Yeah. People weren't. Yeah, we weren't afraid to say it last year. It's a privilege.
And that's the difference. It's a privilege to work here.
Well, not only that, it's a privilege to represent our kids.
Yes.
That's why this guy gets all wound up, and you too.
So when they threaten to abandon your child's in this, to abandon your child to not be in the classroom, and they're going to strike for more money, that's not showing they care about your child.
Well, no, they haven't. They didn't threaten. They're doing it now.
Okay,
they've done it this past school year, right?
Yeah.
They don't show up, right?
What, for Foggy Day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's still the same right now.
No, so
everybody else shows up. Yeah, everybody else
shows up. But they
up.
threatened to strike in the fall.
They're not gonna strike
if they don't get their more money.
They're not gonna strike. Come on. Where are you gonna go get paid more money and not be held accountable?
Well, they're on the news
pretending it's all fake.
Making it a big political thing in our park.
They ain't gonna do
using
shit.
children to hold signs.
They ain't gonna do shit.
Now, then let's talk about the children, use of the children, because that's not the first time.
No. I was in a meeting where they brought a young girl up about the Foggy Day.
Oh, no. Well, we don't know if Suta brought him up, but a young girl came up and talked.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure.
Was wearing their attire.
Yeah, we're in their attire. And if it's the same one you're talking about, she says, oh, you got to pay our teachers, because all our teacher does is complain about getting paid, not getting paid well. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're listening to it, you're like, this child is saying, the teacher, that's all they're talking about in the class. Why are you even talking to children about this? Why do you have children holding up your signs? It's horrendous.
They were in the middle of town having children holding up their political signs.
Political signs. Bringing politics.
But that
into
flyer
our schools.
that doesn't look like a political flyer to me, Roger.
Oh,
That
no,
looks like
no, it's saying, come join us for Appreciation Day. Oh,
and then you get there and it
Caesar,
turns...
did you go? Did you go or what? Did you want to go? When you read, if you read that, would you have thought it was going to be a protest?
Well, what it is that the community can't...
No, after the first meeting that I went to, absolutely not.
Yeah. No, but the flyer at the park.
Oh, yeah.
Where it says, hey, we're going to have a bounce house. We're going to have shaved ice. We're going to have food.
No,
it's appreciation.
I'm on the parent club, so I donated for them already at Lincoln. So
Oh,
I did my
wow.
part.
Wow.
So
What do you think about them protesting? After we're at the top on average pay, we're at the pretty much very low, almost towards the bottom on scores, and
you know, there was another posting. Somebody sent it to me, text to me about $5. I think it was.
was
an
it
amount for supplies? Don't think.
Oh, yeah, there
you
was
guys
a-
were both on the board.
They just boosted that
they get an
in the
allotment.
fall.
So
Yeah.
So the staff got
More.
more money
Yeah.
to
For the
buy
classrooms.
supplies.
For the classrooms.
And I thought I had heard that last year, because this year a couple times my son says, "Hey, Dad, we have to buy ABCD for a project." I was like, "Wait a minute," but I thought they didn't want the parents buying because they got more money.
Oh yeah, so there was a lot of money, and they did give out a bigger allotment, but some teachers spend more. They want more, they spend more.
Well, can't they ask for more from?
Yeah, I would. I'd go ask my principal. Talk to a board member. You're going to get it if you ask. Why would you not? They got a lot of money. That's why they gave that big, not only the big contract, but they gave, they moved that salary schedule.
Well, I think it grabs the attention of people when they see that, Caesar.
Well,
and it's
dude,
misleading.
Well, I knew it was misleading.
Yeah.
100%.
But I didn't want to say
But the
anything
parents don't know.
because you know the bet. You know,
Yeah.
you were there. You sat in those
Oh, yeah.
positions, so that's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so I saw that picture.
I didn't
That-
know, so-
It was a teacher holding that sign that said pencils $5 on it. I just started laughing.
You
Because
know-
what they're trying to do is make Caesar believe that
and-
they're paying for it, right? That's
Okay,
what the
but
sign looks like.
But this is the big question, Roger.
Yeah.
Who are those signs for?
The parents, the
To-
community.
To
benefit
But why do they want the parents to see that?
to support the
yeah.
14 or 15% raise. That's what it is.
To be okay with
No,
it?
yeah, yeah,
Be
it's not okay.
To
It's
be
not
okay with them crying and crying about it, fighting for even more. Fighting for the foggy day. Come on, man.
It's not okay.
It's not.
And you know what's even
Hey.
worse is the school board members that don't defend our kids publicly.
Well-
That's
well,
a travesty, and that's sickening. You might do it behind the doors, but you're not doing it for our kids. You're just doing it for yourselves.
And those elected officials are there to represent you because you have to work, you're busy, so they're there to be the stand and to say no.
Oh, they're not the stand.
Supposed to
It's
be.
proven. It's proven.
Yeah, but that they're supposed to be.
Right. No, yeah.
That's
Well,
the way-
that's what
so-
they ran on. Their campaign. That's what their
Right.
campaigns ran on. Again, the backs of our kids.
So there's an old saying: you can't be. Remember this? You can't be a public official in private.
Can be a public official
So
in
you
private.
so you need to be an official when the public's watching you, right? I mean
Right.
that's what you should be. If you're going to fight for the kids, you fight during open set. You fight. When the fight's there, when they come up and say, "Hey, 300,000 more," now it's going to go to our kids. Simple as that. And if they all kept saying that, that crap would stop. That
the
they're
days
going
of
through.
giving away bags of money are over.
Dude, yeah. We said that last year. Dude, we said those days are gone, but guess what? The bags came back. Oh, man.
Well, it should be given, but for our kids.
Right.
For
kids.
For our kids.
Well,
It's our community.
Yeah. Right. And
Hey, so
and
we're
then people who are watching this, Roger, they could say a lot of things about you. They could say a lot of things about you.
I
They
can
could
give
say-
a shit what they
Hold
say.
on,
about
hold
me.
on. They can say a lot of things about me, but I don't think anybody can call either one of us a liar.
nope,
Dude,
nope.
Nope.
if you sit there and you're an elected
Any of us.
official and you
Any of
ran
us, they can
on
say a
the
lot of
back
things, but they can't
of
say
our
we're liars.
kids, our kids, and you're not doing it, should be embarrassed to even go up there every time. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's so disrespectful for our parents, for our kids.
Kids.
And I don't care who likes me or doesn't. It's not about the kids.
It's about the kids.
Sickening.
Passion.
It's sickening, man.
It is,
It's
dude.
sickening.
And that's why we get all wound up, right? We're
Yeah, I
wound
know.
up.
Well, that meeting was very misleading in the park, and I saw it on Channel 30. Somebody sent me that clip, and it was terrible for the community to go through that, man, and to me, and it's very misleading.
So the appreciation ended up being a protest. It's really disgusting.
They're holding signs up, having other youth hold signs up for more than
Oh.
what they have already.
No, yeah, and earlier it talked about how Mrs. Case, the union president, talked about Mrs. Alanis, because of your words, your toxic words, a couple people are going to leave.
That's laughable.
Okay, who's the only one that's spoken up?
The board president.
All right, and who are they attacking? Who is she attacking?
Of course.
The board president.
Yeah, everybody else is silent.
Everybody else is silent. Maybe that's why, because they feel like they're getting bullied.
That's not maybe. That's why.
That is why.
You're not standing up for what you said you would stand up for, and that's our kids.
That's your kids. So the one person that does
They attack.
gets attacked. Well, we know that always happens.
Right.
For the people that want to be outspoken, this is what happens. Wow, man. It is sickening.
Right. And for people who want to verify this, verify their pay on your own, verify the test scores on your own, and you will see the truth yourself.
Yeah. And so they held signs, and some of those signs said, I wrote it down, student, parents, and teachers united. Everybody's united for the kids. But I don't think parents and teachers are united if they knew that the kids weren't being put first. You have adults that have actually said and put on social media, you can't put kids first and us last.
Kids are priority, man.
Yeah, I mean, I have a post that somebody sent me.
Kids are priority.
Kids are the priority. Who was that person? I think it was Mrs. Coates said that, or put that on social media. Horrific. These people are horrific. And the parents just don't know. We know what's up.
Right.
A lot of people don't know what's up.
Yeah, and
But what's more horrific, and I'm going to go back to it, is the elected officials that sit there in silent and not protect or defend our kids.
Yeah, you can't be a public official.
That's horrendous.
Yeah, you can't be a public official in private. Yeah, you have to be up there. You should be up there fighting for the kids. And to be honest with you, if they started doing that,
God.
that union would start falling back.
right, they would take the district back.
Hey, remember you? Was it you that asked me how do you take the district back?
You say no.
You say no, dude. You tell them.
You
You
know-
know what I would do, and I've done it in the past. You know what I would do? I would say I ain't voting for anything you bring. I'm not supporting you guys at all.
You know, and in my opinion, they're already putting the new superintendent
Oh yeah.
10 steps behind the
Oh yeah.
A game.
He can't come in there forceful.
Absolutely not.
And do a great job when
Not for our kids.
not for our kids. Not when basically
4 out of the 5 members don't supporting our kids.
yeah. So basically you got to be tough. You got to be a boss.
You gotta be a boss.
And what they're doing, they're acting like there is no boss.
There isn't.
Because
There isn't. They're not acting. There isn't.
Because they're not worried about repercussions. They're not worried about anything.
There isn't.
You know what I mean? If I'm the boss and you act like that, like I said, if you acted like that, guess what? I'm not going to vote for any of your shit. Bring it. I'm not voting for it.
No.
That's why they wouldn't act like that.
Yeah, and it's horrible that they threaten. I heard a strike in the fall.
Pathetic.
Nobody's gonna strike, dude.
But just the thing that they would threaten that, Caesar, to leave the classroom for more money. The kids that they say they
Hurt
care
our
about.
kids.
for more money that they already.
Well, it's not even about the money. Remember what they're saying? Now it's about Foggy Day only. That's the holdup. You're gonna hurt our kids
because you don't want to come to work.
because you don't want to come to work.
Like
2 hours
everybody
early
in
that you're getting
the
paid.
country.
Yeah,
does.
like everybody else. Wow. And the perception that they're not canceling it. Maybe for them, but they're not canceling it.
Can you go over COLA one more time for me? For the community?
You mean how it works?
How it works? There's still some misunderstanding.
Well, this is coming from the district paper itself. So when they talk about the COLA, what's a COLA used for? It's used for operating costs of a school district. See, a lot of times the people in the district, teachers, classified people, they think when they hear the word COLA that that's all their money. But COLA is used for many things, right? So, going off of this paper, operating cost, they do use it for salaries, benefits, pensions, utility cost of textbooks, instructional material, equipment purchases. I mean, so COLA is used for pretty much everything, right? And then there's always usually a recommendation on a percentage. So when they're talking about like a COLA, and the COLA was let's say COLA for right here, it says COLA for 22-23 was 6.56. Well, your raise is 8%, 7-1. You got more than the COLA. So they don't even understand what the hell's even going on. Because that's what some of the teachers went up there and said, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That COLA's ours. You're getting a raise that's bigger than the COLA. Why are you complaining? And then there's salary schedule increases.
Well,
and you're going to get a bonus.
I think their leadership is misleading them.
I don't think they educate them. They're educators, but they're not educated on how all that works.
Exactly.
Get involved, but we don't really want you involved.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. So that's the COLA, man. And here's the other thing. And I had a friend of mine that's a teacher call me yesterday, and he was talking about the salary schedule increases and the bonus, and I started kind of talking about it, and he says, hey, but what you got to understand, the district has offered that. We're doing our job. The district's job is to offer and fight for what they want. So what he was basically sounded like what he was saying is, these guys have given us this money, all this extra money, man. We're not even asking for it, even though they really are. They're trying. So what they're trying to do is they know this is a massive contract, and they're blaming it on the board.
Once again, the board.
That's what they're doing.
But wasn't it 8% when that was the last?
In November, it was going to be 7-1, 8%. That was it. That was it. And then they went into salary increases after the fact.
And let me stop you right there. I just don't want anybody to call us a liar.
Yeah. Good.
It was understood. Nobody voted on it or nothing.
Uh-huh.
It was understood that it was 8%.
And that was it. 7-1, yeah. And that was it because of Measure L.
Yep.
So we sat there. That was it.
Yes.
That's why we take it also as being lied to now.
Right.
And if we're saying something that's not true, please give us a call.
Yep.
We're still waiting for the phone call that accused us of lying.
Yeah, some people said it. What are we lying about? Now there's something else too. If it's our opinion, then you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
So it was 7-1, and the board members knew this too, the new ones, because we talked to them. Hey, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems because of Measure L if you give out more money, because that was the whole thing. You're gonna do Measure L, then don't be giving out more money, and that's exactly what's happened now. Now you got a bonus. You got salary. So the salary schedule increases. They hardly ever talk about that, but that's a raise because you're moving your top out ranges, and that screws up the future. That's what really ticks me off. And you're going to move other people up now.
Generational effects, man.
Yeah, so that's horrific, and that all of them think that's well, no, we don't know who thinks it's okay. They haven't voted on it, but Mrs. Alanis doesn't seem to support it.
Well, she said it.
She said it over there. So let's see who else, because that thing needs 3 votes at minimum to pass. And so since it's offered, there's 3. So I feel sorry for the guys who want that. Now I know Mr. Sahota said he was okay with it, and I believe Mrs. Kessler seemed okay with it. So there's at least one more, if not 2 more people. and I'm hoping that they change their mind, man. Because it's with the salary increases, the bonus, it's horrific, man. Totally horrific. And they still haven't signed. They still want everything. What does Mrs. Alanis say? What are we getting out? What are our kids getting out of it? And she's 100% right. What are our kids getting out of this?
Absolutely
nothing. And she even mentioned Christmas programs. We can't even get those at night. So all the parents can go. More parents can go. She brought that up at that same meeting.
That would be absolutely outstanding.
Yeah,
if that
you're getting all these increases, and yet you can't even do that for us, for our kids, our taxpayer money. Nah, man, that should have been a leverage point too. Wow. Anyway, guys,
Well,
what do you think, man? This was a Mother's Day special.
keep fighting for our kids. That's it.
So they call it the good fight.
That's it.
That's it. You got 3 fathers that are kind of wound up because of our kids. And I'm really mad about the misperception that goes on.
That's what I'm upset about is the misleading. That whole thing that was happening in the park. And, when I hear cars going by and honking, they think they're supporting something good for their child. No. But they're not.
They're actually supporting taking away from your child.
They're actually
giving
supporting
it to the
taking away from your child. That's what you need to pay attention to. When you're honking, you're supporting taking away from your child.
Wow, Gilbert's getting mad.
And not only that, the board, the majority of it, is not supporting our kids. And that is absolutely sickening.
And they're not.
And that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit who gets pissed.
Yeah.
That's stupid, man.
Yeah.
And you go out there knocking door to door. Kids. It's about the kids. Prove it. You absolutely flip that thing in less than, 2 months.
Yeah, it kind of went south quick, man. No, and you're right. You're right, man. It goes back to you can't be a public official in private. Can't sit there, man. You have to be vocal. You have your board president speaking up. If you believe what she believes, then you need to jump on and support her. If you don't believe that way, then you don't say nothing, which is what's happening. So it's okay then with this big fight about the money. What they're saying in their silence is that it's okay to give that money away.
So it's not okay to
give more to our kids. Yeah, that's basically what the silence
because
is.
You can't do both.
You can't do both. All that extra money you're giving to one side, you could be using it on our kids. And let's not pretend that 8% isn't fair.
Yeah.
They even said it. So, no, man. So, I think the pressure has gotten to some of them.
Pressure? What pressure?
Shouldn't be pressure, but what else could it be? What else could it be? I mean, I don't know.
What pressure? If
you're
you're not there to do the best for our kids, then get out of there.
They're right. Hey, we're three dads. This is what 3 dads that know what's going on, how we feel.
Right.
We don't like what the teachers union's doing. We want our board to be active for our kids. And I want them to pounce on these guys.
And I want the parents to know how they're being misled.
Yeah, dude. Dang. You're right, Gilberto. Mr. Bejarano, any last words before we turn up? I want another 40-minute video. No. All right, man. Hey, so we took time out of our days to get some information out. We want to talk about that, the park. You invite everybody for appreciation, but then it becomes a protest. Mm-hmm. And they didn't. Those signs just didn't pop up. It was planned. And
please, if you feel we're lying, please give us a call.
Yeah, let us know. So yeah, and if it's an opinion piece,
right?
A lot of this is our opinions. What they did over there,
based on the information we know that is factual.
Yeah. So, all right, man.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Once again, Happy Mother's Day.
Yep. Thanks.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks, guys, for coming, man. It's late Friday night. We all worked, and you were busy with your children, and you got relatives, and I got stuff going on too. But we wanted to talk about it because it's really important that the parents know. I like to send these videos to some of my friends so they know that we know. And then hopefully they know. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching.
And I'd like to invite anybody that would like to discuss it.
Come over.
Come over. And get it straightened out. We're adults.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't gonna change my mind, but
Yeah.
we're
We're
adults.
adults. As long as it's for the kids,
That's it.
don't matter.
All right, guys. All right, thanks.
Thanks.